Hey everybody, we're back at the Platinum Showdown here at the Crestwood Curling Center. Draw 2 action and featuring Fujisawa versus Steele. Fujisawa had the closer draw to the button attempt, so they'll have hammer here in the first end as we get underway. I'm joined here with Rick McKegg for this draw. Yeah. Yeah, roll out there by Fujisawa will give Steele an opportunity to try and put that center guard back up. Very excited here at the Crestwood to have a team like Fujisawa come and play in this event with us.
Andrew, we're talking about a team that's ranked top 10 in the world. Actually, they're ranked 7th in the world.
Yeah, fantastic. You know, the Crestwood is such a prestigious local club. It's fantastic to be able to showcase teams like this at a club with such stature. 70 years this year is something incredible to be proud of and celebrate here.
Fujisawa's got the house split, and Steele has a little hit and roll in, try and get those rocks a little closer so she can maybe make a double before the end's over.
Yeah, exactly. Mission here for Steele is to try and get these rocks grouped at some point, allowing that double and try and get out of here with Fujisawa having a blank. We've seen fantastic conditions in that first draw with lots of curl and quick maintaining ice. It was absolutely fantastic out there. Lots of positive feedback after the first draw. Looks to be no different here to start draw 2. Team Steele is actually a local club out of Edmonton, Alberta. So slowly trying to get that rock higher in the house to be able to have a chance at that double.
Now Fujisawa will try and roll us back to the corner and keep.
It appears to be a little bit wide here. A little bit of a break there for Team Steele on the rollout. You just probably see them walk over and take advantage to hit that rock biting the 12-foot.
Over close to the boards. This could be a tricky spot.
Yeah, especially early, you don't quite know what it's doing out this wide. I have the advantage of seeing the earlier draw. It certainly curls here. A good shot there in a spot that they didn't quite know.
Very good shot. Looks like we're heading for a first end blank.
Not much excitement here in N1, but very common to see in today's game. A lot of rocks in play on sheet 2 between Sturmey and Yurko. Everything else is following suit with our first end here. Yeah, so a corner guard call here, trying to still keep that deuce in play, but being cautious about it. Team Steele not getting fooled and just wanting to peel this and keep it open and that blank alive.
Good peel by the Steele team.
Yep, no mistake there.
I think with just, I think she's going in now with only 3 rocks left.
Yeah, third's last here. She's going to go in and avoid the chance that Steele ignores the guard and draws in themselves. So looking to be T-line here. Well, it looks like we're wrong already, Rick, with the corner guard call. I'm sure that'll happen a few more times throughout this game. Yeah. Steele taking no risks here and walking up to throw the peel. Big shout out here to all the volunteers and personnel that were able to put this event together. Events like this take an absolute army, and the folks at the Crestwood, board members, volunteers, just everybody in general. Everybody stepped up to the plate and was willing to help out at every turn, and that's how you end up with an event of this stature. And it's got to be mentioned that doesn't go unnoticed.
And there we have a nose on the peel, so Fujisawa will have a chance to go behind the guard now.
Yeah, good opportunity here to take advantage of that slight miscue by Team Steele and put the pressure on and put 2 in play here. You were on this feature sheet last night, Rick. Did you pull out the win?
That was my son on this sheet, actually, Andrew.
Right, last name, wrong McKegg.
And yes, he did pull out the win. Nice come around to the back of the house.
Yeah, really good shot there. He would have loved to leave that above the tee line. Team Steele here has a slight out and being able to freeze down to it and might be able to get a force developed out of this. Yeah, looks close here right now. Sweepers are cleaning it, and here comes the curl. Lots of late finish here, Rick, with the right weight.
You bet. Just got by.
Trying to hold it to stay shot. Unfortunately, a slight over curl and a draw for 2 upcoming. Really close weight on that one. Just lost the line a little bit.
Definitely lots of curl to that corner. Any less weight may have hit the guard. So
yeah, absolutely. No shortage of curl out there, and you can finish these rocks late, but yeah, once they start curling, it's really hard to hold them. Yeah, quick turnaround after this event for Fujisawa as they head to the next slam starting next week out east. So quick stop here in Edmonton for them and to Crestwood before they head out there.
no mistake there, Andrew.
Nope.
2 on the board.
There we go, and it's the start Fujisawa was hoping for, and the corner guard throw that we would have thrown in the house was apparently the right play. To run an event like this, we have to have just an in-pour of sponsor support, and we absolutely got that with this event. I'm going to run through lots of our sponsors here throughout this game and kind of just highlight you guys on the services they offer and really show our appreciation for their support of this event. Every single one of these companies, when called upon, went above and beyond to make sure they supported this event and did whatever they possibly could to put on what we have here today. So Bassett Petroleum, proudly supporting this great event. Bassett Petroleum Distributors Limited is a northern Aboriginally owned company serving communities across Alberta and the Northwest Territories. Specializing in bulk fuel transportation, petroleum, and lubricant distribution, Bassett is committed to delivering reliability, safety, and top-notch service in the harshest conditions. Bassett Petroleum is more than a fuel supplier. They are part of the community. Norm Bassett and his group there, Bassett Petroleum, not only this event, but curling in Alberta in general, have been a huge supporter of it for many years now. Without guys like Norm supporting these events and many other events, they don't happen. So huge appreciation for Norm and Bassett Petroleum. So Team Steele looking to get some rocks in play here and try and generate a deuce back by throwing the corner guard. Yeah, perfectly placed. With the amount of curl we're seeing out here, Rick, the tighter guards are definitely the way to go. Anything high, it's almost irrelevant, and they can get around it with the hack weight.
Fujisawa's called a center guard here, and
yeah, looking to control the middle, put a little pressure on Team Steele. Again, really nice placement, making sure that guard is tight. Tight but not in. So looking to come around their corner guard here, I think, Rick.
definitely coming around the corner guard.
Well, looks pretty good. Just cleaning it in here.
Just slides behind the center line.
Yeah, good shot though. Getting some separation behind that guard and getting over buried so that the chase is difficult. Yeah, so our event here at the Crestwood started this morning and runs to Monday afternoon. Ladies' games are today, and then the men's event gets started tomorrow morning, and then they run simultaneously throughout the weekend. Highly recommend anybody to come on down and check out the action here at the Crestwood. It's fantastic live. There's no ticket cover. You can come and watch all these great teams at no expense. The food from Cornerstone Barbecue is fantastic. It's hard to beat, and the beer's cold, and there'll be football on all weekend upstairs as well.
Great shot by Fujisawa.
Very nice.
As she picks out that rock at the back of the 12-foot. Now Steele's going to go around that corner guard again, maybe try and make it a little better this time.
Yeah, trying to avoid the over curl hair and leave that dead buried. Still a very good looking end here for Steele to generate there too. They've got their corner guard to work with and some staggered centers.
Steele, a local team from Edmonton. They dabble a little bit in the World Curling Tour. I think they're ranked 158th, 45th on the Alberta Tour. So,
yeah, they've had overall a fairly solid season. They were in the playdowns to get to the Scotties Provincials, and we're in a bunch of qualifying games, and we're so close. They were right there, and lots to build off for this team for this season.
we all know the competition in Alberta is very tough. So.
It is. Yeah, very fierce. They've got their hands full this afternoon here with Fujisawa. So just looking to play the tap here on their red top 12.
Curling that rock, trying to get it to nose.
Yeah, just not quite to nose. A little wider line than they would have liked coming in there. The weight was very close.
Definitely left the half rock double for Steele.
Yeah, half rock double.
Or even hit and roll behind at this point.
Yeah, anywhere if they can roll anywhere on that right half of the sheet from our angle here, that would be a great shot. So a little bit of an update on sheet 2. Yurko got one against Sturmey, so they're up 1, playing second. On sheet 5, we had a blank end between Richards and Hartwell. So a nose hit there, unfortunately not getting the roll under behind cover. Gives Fujisawa the opportunity to make that hit and roll on top of their own and really close down the scoring area of this end. Yeah, no mistake there, just rolling over to kind of half guard shot rock.
Looks like Steele's calling for the double.
Yeah, good call. If you can make this double and roll to be a corner guard, maybe roll in a little bit, Fujisawa will have to decide if they want to hit it or ignore it and come around their center guard. Yeah, just getting the one there and unfortunately kicking it under cover and opening up that draw path for Fujisawa here. It's a big opportunity here. Could put a lot of pressure on them.
Yeah, with a good shot here, Fujisawa will be in complete control of this end now.
Our other feature that we have streaming on YouTube, Hansen scored 2 against Strauss in the first end, so up 2 playing the second end. Sweeping this one hard. It's got that curl.
Yeah.
Still a pretty good outcome there. Yeah, Steele trying to make this short run back and leave their blue in here behind cover.
Oh, very good shot. Didn't quite get it under cover, but
yeah, much better than it was. Fujisawa now has to chase this, and it's rocking the 12 foot, so open up the scoring zone. Yeah, good shot. So Fujisawa will chase this and try and stay open up there so that it tempts Steele into hitting this rock. Steele may ignore it and go wide around everything on the outturn side and try and generate her 2 points that way. But a good shot there by Heather Steele to give them an opportunity to open up the rings. I would have liked to keep that one up there to kind of guard around the draw path on that half of the sheet. Steele's got a bit of an opportunity here now to loop one in.
She's elected to go around the double corner guards.
Yeah, you know, I think that's a great opportunity, and the only risk with doing that is you leave the opportunity for Fujisawa to come around the middle if she decides to ignore it.
Yeah, I guess if you make it perfect, you might force her to do that.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you'd almost be half tempted to make it not too perfect and tempt her into the chase, I think, than to leave her that draw to the button. She put it on the button on her draw to the button for hammer, and I imagine she'd be fairly close with that again. So cleaning it coming in here.
Oh, just a little heavy out the back.
Yeah, slid heavy there and just slid through. We're noticing in the game earlier, and this one's no different, that speed to the wings is very quick and curls a lot. So an opportunity here for Fujisawa to really put some pressure on with a good shot. It looks like they may be playing the tap.
Yeah, she's put the ice down for the tap, Andrew.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the benefit with those nice tight guards is you can play these shots, and There's definitely enough curl to draw around that rock, but this tap gives you a little bit of freedom to tap it behind your other guard or the one that you're tapping it with.
Even if you split that in, you may force her into a
yes,
single.
Absolutely. That's a great outcome too. Yeah, if it ever runs a bit and you just split these in, force is fantastic. So it looks to be hanging here a little bit for them right now. Here comes that late curl. Good call, Rick. Nailed it.
Get lucky sometimes.
Yeah, right? Look at us. We're getting there. Yeah, so a really good shot there. Force is a great outcome here for Fujisawa being up 2. Steele looking to throw this out turn draw. Just needs a piece of the 8-foot.
I see you got the watch out, Andrew.
Yeah, just timing this one to see how things are running. For all the curling fans out there that would like to know. So we got 14.5 seconds on this one. Not a lick to it yet. And it looks perfect. No mistake there. Yeah, great shot. Big shot there for Steele to score her 1 and to get that confidence and that draw weight dialed in, and now she's got it in her back pocket. Another one of our great sponsors we have here for this event is Gator Construction Group. It's another company that donates and sponsors as much as possible to this sport and tries to support these local events so that we can keep them going in the Edmonton area. Gator Construction Group is thrilled to be part of this event and offers design build construction services. Gator also has concrete restoration, coatings, and hydro demolition robot divisions. Services all of Western Canada. Head to gatorbuilt.ca to learn more. So good shot there, getting it halfway and not quite on that center.
The tick on that.
Yeah, you know, I've played about 2 seasons with it now, and I still find that it's team preference. A lot of teams like just to go around and get that advantage to the 4-foot first and work from there, and others really enjoy that split and leaving themselves a couple corner guards. I haven't found out what the right way to do it is yet.
You just got to make it, right, Andrew? So Fujisawa's rock slid just behind the tee line. This will leave the opportunity for Steele to draw up to it.
Yeah, sliding just a little bit heavy there gives them a slight opportunity here to put some pressure on. The line looks really close to that late finish. It just warps in there. It's fantastic ice out there right now. Really good shot there by Meg.
Very nice.
well managed. They didn't get on that too early and just kind of finished it in there at the end. So Fujisawa was just trying to come down and freeze on that. A small bump would be okay too and unlock that back angle. Looks very close here. Yeah, really good shot there. You know, the benefit of not coming to the back one is now if Team Steele freezes, they won't be shot rock. Draw for one on sheet 2 for Team Sturmey. Ties that game up with Yurko. So a little bit light on the freeze attempt there. It's not all bad. It's kind of acting as another center guard. Big shot here. If Fujisawa can freeze this on their own rock, it would be a lot of pressure on Team Steele here. Pretty new path here. No one's thrown this in a while. A great sweep here. Really good placement of that rock. You just want to make sure you didn't come down and be heavy ever and tap things behind the tee line and create a pocket. Very usable, promotable rock where they ended up putting that.
But Fujisawa is only line one at the moment.
Yeah, another big critical shot here to make this freeze and even a slight tap to move things behind the tee line would be great too. This one looks to have come up a little bit light again. You mentioned though, Rick, that they're only sitting one, and that blue one at the back isn't going anywhere anytime soon.
That's true.
So Fujisawa looking to just clean up the middle here. These staggered center guards are not helping them. They want to try and clear up the front and give themselves an easier opportunity for their second point right now than
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So lots of weight coming here. Yeah, great shot there. Just to get rid of the center guards, all the staggers, and make those reds accessible. Here's another look at that shot. Just the absolute perfect angle to hit that on. To get that red rock out of the way, expose your reds. Great shot. Just like this great event and the sponsors that we have here, these teams have sponsors as well, and Team Steele has provided us with a couple of their sponsors they'd like to shout out. Southside Animal Hospital and Stinger Contracting. Just like our event, without these sponsors, these teams, you can't play at this level without it, and it's much appreciated from everybody out there, and I know being an athlete, it's appreciated by all. So a good shot there to take away that red that they had opened up and not allow that Fujisawa to be able to promote it into their blue.
So Fujisawa's going to go around top 4 and Lyre's second point right now, I believe.
Yeah, taking the opportunity to do it now before Team Steele decides that they're going to take the run at that, I believe. So important here again just to be above the tee line. Never want to slide deep and leave them an opportunity to freeze. Just coming up a little bit light there. So Team Steele trying to do the wide out turn draw here and catch a piece of the button. Seeing how much it curled earlier this morning, I think if they paper the guard with the perfect weight, they can absolutely get shot rock here.
Even being a little short here will take away the draw for Fujisawa for a twos.
Absolutely, great point. Looks to be a little heavy coming into the house here. Great line. Yes, Fujisawa trying the same thing, trying to throw the wide out turn and catch a piece of that button and sit two. Well, from the relatively open first end we had, Rick, it's certainly ramped up here in a hurry.
I think we were expecting that, weren't we, Andrew?
Exactly. So the line looks pretty good here. I think they're just waiting for it, hoping for it to stop in a hurry. Yeah, just a little bit deep again in that spot. I'll get a time on this one and we'll see if it's running a little quicker in that spot. So third rock down this path, it should be getting nice and quick there now. They'll have a good handle on the ice. (13.8) looks to be a little heavy again.
Yeah, Andrew, I think the miss there would be short. Cut off that draw for two for
you bet. You know, even if you were top 12 there and cut off that draw path, that would have been ideal. They've seen this enough times now. I would imagine this is going to be pretty close. 70 years at the Crestwood here this year, Rick. How long have you been a member here?
I've been playing here since 1993.
Wow. Lots of trophies upstairs with Rick McKegg's name on it. Pretty exciting to see an event of this stature back at the Crestwood.
You know, it's only a few years ago that they had the direct horizontal drilling here, and that was about, it ran for 5 years, and that was as big as there was for tour events that weren't slam events.
Yeah, right.
You know, $60,000 prize money.
So Fujisawa coming a little bit deep there again in that spot, and giving Steele an opportunity to kind of either choke off that second point draw path, or if the weight's perfect, based off that last one, I do think they can get in there for shot rock. Yeah, time flies. I think that event, the directional drilling, horizontal drilling one, was 8 years ago now. It's amazing how the sport has developed with these non-slam events since then. There's so many of them now with these big purses and great fields. Just phenomenal to see the opportunities out there for these teams to get out and play at a high level. So trying to carve this one over now. Just a little heavy in that spot again, and has left the opportunity for the draw. It's running about 14-8 to tee in that spot, is the sweet spot for this draw. We'll see if any of the people watching at home time it and can prove me wrong.
I think it might be running maybe a quarter second slower if you're down the middle.
Yeah, they're out so wide right now. They're in some really nice stuff, and these rocks are carrying. It's pretty evident that it's a little faster in that spot with, 4 or 5 rocks in a row sliding a little deep. The ice crew here this weekend at the Crestwood has it just running absolutely fantastic. So just racking on the guard there, and mission accomplished for Team Steele here with the force and N3.
Back here for the fourth end with Fujisawa and Steele. Fujisawa throwing the first rock. Looks like it's just about top 4. Steele's going to walk up and throw the corner guard to the right side. And very nice corner guard by the Steele team.
Yeah, good start here to this fourth end.
Yeah, Fujisawa will be trying to throw the center guard to get the play to the middle away from that corner guard.
Yeah, absolutely. Another good placement here with the guards just being a little deeper than halfway with this nice swingy ice we have out here. Very, very important to get those guards just a little bit deeper so that they can't be chased around with a little bit of a hack waiter. Another one of our great sponsors here at this event is Everlast Plumbing and Heating. Everlast Plumbing and Heating is proud to sponsor this event and support our local community. With over 13 years of experience servicing Central and Northern Alberta, we are dedicated to provide safe, reliable, and top quality plumbing, heating, and gas fitting services. At Everlast, we are committed to ensuring both client satisfaction and safety on every project. Your trusted choice for all things plumbing and heating. And I can personally vouch for those guys. We've used them a lot on the commercial, industrial, construction side, as well as the residential side. So if anybody out there needs any plumbing or heating needs, please try and support any of these sponsors of this event. Yeah, so no tick rule coming into effect there, Rick, where, you know, that's new as of last season, and you can't remove a rock from the center line until the 5 rock free guard zone limitation has come off. So everything moves back, and Fujisawa throwing the second high guard here, it looks like. Really going to put the pressure on and try and move play to the middle. Going hard on this one. Oh, calling in the reinforcements.
Those high guards could be a tough shot, especially when you consider you don't make it over the hog line, it comes off.
Yeah, you're trying to make it so perfect by dropping it just over, and most of the time that's the result, or you end up coming deep and you leave a fairly easy double peel. I'm not sure they have the same rules as us in league though, where that's a jug of beer after. Really good shot there, just to get that thing out from under cover, move it away from the center, and give yourself a little bit bigger scoring area.
Now it's Steele's rock out front, so if Fujisawa goes behind, be able to run back your own rock onto it.
Yeah, you bet. Important to leave that one up there somewhere to be able to use later. So on sheet 3 in our other feature, Hansen was able to force Strauss in the second end. So it's 2-1 Hansen playing the third end. Hansen as hammer. And on sheet 5, Hartwell's up 2 playing third end on Richards.
We just had a very good shot by Fujisawa around the center guard, top 4.
Yeah, really nice placement to leave it even with that outside one and leave no double as well. So Steele electing to try and make this hit and roll. And group these rocks closer together. Really nice shot.
Wow.
Yeah, great shot.
Looks like Fujisawa's calling for the pick. Just pick it out of there.
A really nice hit and roll on that last shot. The right weight, didn't overthrow it. Well managed. Those are nice team shots. When in today's sweeping era, everything is so critical. The communication, sweeping, the weight. So this one's coming pretty hard.
Yeah, you got to be. Yeah, you throw that up weight coming up to the center line, it might run on you there.
Yeah, absolutely, right? And, you know, just a millimeter away from perfect on that one. It's hard to hit. It's with that kind of weight, when you hit a rock, it's really hard to not not remove it. So just took the paint off that one.
Exactly.
So big shot coming here for Team Steele to try and generate there too. A good freeze attempt here, even a little tap to change that angle a bit would be fantastic. Oh, this looks quite close the way they're managing this coming into the house here. Yeah, really good shot there to control the front of the house. We just flipped the script from last end here, Rick, and now Fujisawa throwing the draw here and happy with the force as well in this end. So not taking too many risks, realizing that Steele has a very difficult 2 score right now.
Yeah. Yeah, that middle's closed down pretty good. There's not much room for that second rock.
That's it. A big shout out to the streaming team here at the Crestwood that worked hard with our very limited amount of knowledge going into this to put out what we have going out on our stream here today. Dan Sherrard, Nick Roy, and everybody else that helped out putting that all together. Absolutely phenomenal what we came up with. Unfortunately, they just got to listen to us while they watch it, though. So just coming down here and trying to change the angles a little bit, trying to open up that scoring area to give them a little bit more room to get there too. Both teams here really settling in, a lot of made shots this end.
I think that turned out to be a very good shot.
Yeah, it did. It's still a very tough 2 score right now.
But the way it was set up, I think Fujisawa could have actually hit that and removed the shot rock and shot at the top of the button. And
yeah, I agree.
Now that's not quite lined up as nice as it was.
Yeah, I think they can make the tap now. The danger with playing this tap is if it ever kicks a little bit in under our left into the open there, 2 or 3 is in play all of a sudden for Steele. So got to be a little bit careful here. I do think there's a shot to just tap it up a foot and a half and get shot rock and leave it frozen.
Weight's the key. Agreed.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, can't have it spill off here. Very good end here. Lots of made shots. Lots of strategy, insight.
The Steele team should be very proud. They're hanging it in tough with this Fujisawa team.
Absolutely, right? You know, it's if you go out there with the right mindset, you just never know. And they're very good position here to score at least one. These angles can change in a hurry, though.
Just hang it out a bit, try to get it to curl.
A lot of granite to move there, not quite enough weight. That second score is looking harder and harder as this end keeps progressing.
No kidding.
Yeah, I think Steele's happy guarding here now and kind of taking her one. Sheet 2, Sturmey stole 2 to go up 2-1, playing the fourth end. It's a team you'll see at the Scotties here in, I guess, about a month's time. So just looking to guard that red and take away the hole so they can't try that same shot again here, I think.
Yeah, looks like Steele team's going to get forced here.
Yeah, I think just mission accomplished with that guard. If Fujisawa could ever get through that hole over there and tap, they might be able to get shot, but run into that same risk we were talking about before. If you ever spill it off, 3 would be in play.
I don't know, they're looking to see if there's a pick available on the left-hand side of the sheet.
Yeah.
To get either the shot rock or the second shot rock out.
Yeah. I think they're worried about that. They're commenting on the corner guard coming in and being ran into shot rock, or sorry, second shot rock. And I think they're pretty confident that's the only shot for multiple score, so they're gonna, looks like they're throwing the corner guard.
Wow.
In our other feature on sheet 3, Hansen was forced to 1, so takes a 3-1 lead going into the fourth end with Strauss having hammer. Just looking to make sure they guard the outside half of this rock. Absolutely perfect. I'm not sure I see a shot here for 2, Rick. Is there anything that you can draw up?
Is the pick there? Could you pick that red out between the two blues?
Yeah, I think you might be right. I don't see a whole lot of risk. Like, I think if you touch the top blue, it should miss the second, or sorry, if you touch the top, yeah, blue, it should miss that red and not push it back.
But she's decided not to play that, and she's throwing it away.
Yeah, you're in a good spot. So down 1, hammered in the even ends, you're okay with that. So.
I'm stepping away here for a minute, Andrew. I'll be back.
Yep, we'll see you guys after the break. So we're back here to start the fifth end after a short break, and Team Steele, important to score there in that last end and maintain hammer control. So good center guard there to start the end. Looks to be on the center line, so no, they can't tick this on the way by, and Fujisawa electing to just draw around top four. Another one of our great sponsors here is the RMC Group of companies. The RMC Group is locally owned and operated, proudly supporting the local community for over 30 years. The RMC Group prides itself with providing a portfolio of products and services to the construction industry. The heart of the group being ready-mix concrete, supplying any concrete requirements you may have. RMC has grown over the years to offer different products and services such as aggregates, precast items, residential flatwork and foundation packages, screw prowls, fabricated brackets, construction materials, fiberglass rebar, and dry bulk transportation. The RMC Group is committed to the highest level of service, quality, and safety within support of its local community. We are proud to sponsor this event as we continue our local support. So if anybody needs any concrete needs, materials, or really anything else regarding construction materials, RMC Group, Rolling Mix Concrete, fantastic outfit. James Pellick over there is a huge supporter of this event and curling in general, and whatever you guys can do to share the love. If you come into an opportunity where you need some concrete work, make sure to give those guys a call. So coming up a little light there on the freeze, still not terrible for Team Steele as you've got a double center and staggered. Important shot here for Team Fujisawa to put this top four right on top of their rock and really take control here in the fifth end. So, underway here, Rick, and another looking like another lots of rocks to play in action end here.
Yeah, it's been a pretty exciting game so far.
Yeah, it really has.
Why shouldn't it continue?
Yeah, last end, lots of great freezes, lots of great angles. Very exciting curling to watch. So good shot there to make sure you left some separation on your rocks and to not come deep, but it did still leave that freeze that Steele is going to attempt here. So a good freeze here can really put some pressure on Fujisawa.
Yeah, a little light on the first attempt, but I think second attempt might be right there.
Yeah.
Line looks very good here. Could they get it there?
Yeah, it looks great. What a great shot. Very
good shot.
Well managed the whole way. Bump it behind the tee line a little bit too. Just absolutely perfect. So you'll see Fujisawa walk up and want to clear things up. And very quick game we're commentating too. We're about an end ahead of everybody else out here today. So
Fujisawa's not playing slow. So she's a quick player.
Yeah, Daisy Brown is just, very confident in her abilities as well, and they know what they want to play, and off we go. There's been no shortage of rocks, that's for sure. Yeah, a good peel there. Would have liked to remove that blue rock that ended up hanging out in the 12-foot. Good shot. The center's wide open now.
And the Steele team's looking to put that guard back out front again as they've got a well-placed rock at the top of the 4-foot in front of the shot rock.
Yeah, absolutely. We might see the guard and peel repetition here for a little while, this end. Absolutely perfect position there. No mistake. Yeah, so we just saw it playing the peel, but trying to get a little more out of it than just the straight peel and catch that one out in the 12-foot on the way by. Make the double.
Yeah, believe it or not, that would leave the bank blank in place. Get the hammer back in the even ends.
I've watched. I've learned watching a lot of these games that blank's kind of always in play. Doesn't take long these days for these teams to move an awful lot of rocks out of the house. Oh, very close.
Oh, good peel.
Yeah, main goal there was to just make sure you got rid of that center guard. So Steele's in no hurry to do anything in the house. They'll just continue to throw this guard back. So line is very critical on this shot. You want to make sure that you've got your blue fully guarded.
Looks like a little wider line here, Andrew.
It does. This one has some curling to do. There's a lot of late finish here. This one appears to be a little bit heavy as well. Yeah, mission accomplished. It curled enough. Would have liked that a bit higher to avoid the shot that Fujisawa was kind of teeing up here. Is that now they can make the hit and roll, it looks like, and potentially hang around and sit another one in the house and raise the stakes here a little bit. So hard on this one, right out of the hand. Looks to be very close. Really nice. Important there to roll that red far enough to not leave any stagger up front there and be able to utilize both of those reds later if needed. Steele not phased, going to throw the center guard again.
That rock to the right into 12-foot actually does take away her draw to the corner of the pin for her last rock.
Yeah, it would have been nice to roll that even
just
further.
Exactly.
Yeah, you bet. So, weight looks better on this one. Yeah, nice guard there. Well managed again.
A little bit about the Fujisawa team. They've been a good team for a long time, Andrew. 2018 bronze medalists at the Olympics, 2022 silver medalists at the Olympics. They won the Canadian Open Grand Slam event in 2022, I believe. So they've been a good team for a long time.
Yeah, absolutely phenomenal. To have that kind of high-level success for as long as they have is very important. And J.D. Lynn joined their program a while ago now, and he's been a staple in the curling Alberta scene for a long time. And clearly whatever formula they've got cooking is absolutely working. And it's phenomenal to see these teams maintain that high level of success for such a long period of time with how many other great teams there are out there.
Absolutely. Well, they do spend a lot of time in Canada, and that's been one of their keys to success, I believe.
Absolutely. Yeah, we are very, very happy to have him here at this event at the Crestwood, and all these teams here that have committed to this event and traveled from far and putting the time in. It's been absolutely awesome to see the outpour of teams that have chosen this event. With there's lots of events out there, so for teams to choose this event's phenomenal.
Oh, she jammed it this time. She tried to make that one again.
I think she might have got it far enough to make that top red out count it though. Yeah, good shot. Good shot. Jammed it, but able to spin it out just far enough to bring that top red as a counter into play. So just another guard attempt here. They should have a good handle on the ice.
Does it make any sense at some point to tap theirs up?
Yeah, I would be a little surprised if on their last they don't come in and try and just tap it a foot and kind of get a little bit low on it. Also take away the other two red ones that are up there. And, you know, right now I think they do have that kind of angle run for two. So I think you'll see a guard here. I'd be surprised if we don't see another peel and then a little tap.
We'll see if your premonition comes true.
Yeah, right. I'm usually wrong, so
Another
that's
good
what
guard.
I would do, so it's probably wrong.
And there's a little thought going into the next shot.
Yeah, there is. They've talked about this wide double. If you could ever get it in there and move that blue out into the 8-foot, what a great shot that would be.
Well, it looks to me like the way she's got the broom down, she's not expecting this to curl at all. Probably going to throw this pretty hard.
Yeah, I got to get a lot of momentum coming into the side of that blue one to get it all the way out into the 8-foot. So stakes are high here, but I think you can come down and play that in-turn tap if you put a lot of pressure on here. If you can come down and tap that a foot and get shot rock in there.
Just to be devil's advocate, though, if you play that and you roll open, you could end up leaving a double for a big end.
You're not wrong. Right now, I would be a little scared around that slash on that one we were talking about earlier on the wide right side there. Or left side coming back into the blue one, and if you pick that, it's 3 right now. So I think you got to be careful. You might have to put one in here somewhere, or play the hit and roll on the one they just tried the double on. Would be a pretty good shot too. You rolled that in there.
I think you might be right. I think the tap might be there.
Yeah, I think it's important to try and get another one in there.
And we're wrong.
And we're wrong. Yep. I think they called the guard. I think that makes sense too, right? Take away that shot, that slash shot. I think if you make this guard good, you're probably going to see Fujisawa attempt that same double she tried up, but this time off her own into the blue.
I think it's a little easier now too. It's you got a little more angle to work with.
Yeah, a little steeper. So throwing the guard here and forcing Fujisawa into the more difficult of the two shots, in my opinion. Nothing wrong with that either. So a little chop. Still leaving that red slash.
Might have lined up that blue-red combo for the.
It's close.
For the pick off the.
There might be just enough space there to not have the drag, but it's really close to coming back right onto the blue. Leaning towards the shot they just threw, though. That makes sense. They just seen this path. Big shot here.
She's got a little less ice for this than she had the first
learning
time.
from her first one, and I imagine this will be quite close.
She's close.
What a shot.
What a shot. She's got it.
Absolutely fantastic. A score of 4. Yeah, just absolutely perfect line call here. You could not have hit that in a better spot. Yeah, great shot.
She threw that pretty hard, too. That was
she did.
7.25 seconds.
Yeah, good action off that rock. So just going to do an update of kind of around the rings here. On sheet 2, we've got Sturme and Yurko. Sturme's up 3-2 after 4 with hammer in the 5th end. On our feature on sheet 3, we've got Hansen versus Strauss. Hansen's up 3-2 after 4 with hammer in 5. And on sheet 5, we've got Richards versus Hartwell, and Hartwell's up 3-1 playing the 5th. Richards has hammer. And in our game here, a score of 4 has us at 7-2 playing the 6th end. Just a great in-off there for the score. So Team Steele will be looking to have lots of rocks in play, and Team Fujisawa will be trying to eliminate as many as possible. No shortage of action down here at the Crestwood for anybody wanting to come down and check out the action. There's no fees to come watch these great athletes play, and there's some phenomenal teams here to come and catch the action. The food's great, the beer's cold, lots of TVs upstairs for sports. There'll be football on all weekend. Come on down and check it out. It's much more entertaining than listening to Rick and I talk here on the commentating. So this is a call you've seen a lot more in the last couple of years, where they're trying to chisel this corner guard into the house on this shot. They can't remove it from play, but they can chisel it into the house, which would allow them to be able to hit it on the next rock. So a very good strategic play if you're up a few and playing. A great shot there. Yeah, another one of our sponsors is the West Edmonton Mall, which I'm sure most of you have heard of. It's North America's largest mall with more than 800 stores and services. There are 2 hotels and over 100 places to eat. It's a great family-oriented destination, not just for shopping. Lots of places for entertainment. It's got Galaxyland and the World Water Park. There's movie theater there with 13 different movies on rotation, and lots of free parking. So if you're in the area and looking for something to do between draws here this weekend, and just to get down and check it out, it's another great sponsor of this event, and another one of the sponsors that when called upon didn't think twice about making sure that they helped us out and did whatever they could to contribute to this event. So since they were able to chisel that corner guard in on their last shot, now they have access to be able to hit it on this, start eliminating the blue rocks.
Didn't quite remove it.
No, not quite enough to get it out. Did hang on for second shot though. So a little bit of opportunity here for Steele if they can make a good freeze here. Important to stay on this left-hand side of the rock, or right hand as you're seeing it on your screen. It's that way when they make contact with it, as they're going to hit it, there's a chance that it might go over to this other second shot rock and jam. Absolutely perfect weight there. Just over curled slightly. So sheet 2 update, Sturme Yurko. Yurko with a steal of 3. Steal of 3 in the 5th end to go up. Sorry, steal of 2. Maybe I'll get this right here. I got a steal of 4 in the 5th end to go up 7-2. 6-3, sorry, over Sturme. So a big steal there for a really good young team that's really coming to their own this year. Trying to give Sturme all they can handle here as they go to 6. A timeout here on our sheet, so we'll get JD Lynn makes his way out to the sheet.
Of course, J.D. Lynn being a great curler in his own right.
Yeah, absolutely. Just to touch on Yurko again and how they're coming into their own. Last weekend they won the U18 provincials, so they're off to represent Alberta. And they're a local Crestwood team here, so all of us here couldn't be more proud. And just another accolade to the junior program here at the Crestwood and everything that they're doing and putting out a lot of good teams. The Hlushak team is playing on the men's side this weekend. They're also a phenomenal junior team that's really come into their own the last couple of years. It's a high level of athletes coming out of the junior program here at the Crestwood. It's a good thing we didn't guess here, Rick. We probably would have been wrong again. So we just let JD go out and get the call right.
Yeah, I thought she might. I just played that center blue on the nose and.
Yeah, I think the thought process here is just eliminate the easy ones at this point. Up 5, just trying to keep things clean and not take any unnecessary risks. No shortage of weight on this one. Just wanting to make sure. Sometimes when you get out in the wings here and you throw that softer weight, you'll find spots that curl and you can later in the game, if you're going to get any sort of picks and stuff like that. It tends to happen on the lighter weight stuff. So just making sure there, no need to stick around.
playing a freeze to the rock out on the left-hand corner.
No, I think, Rick, they're actually playing, trying to kind of hit this a hair low and roll under their corner guard and leave themselves sitting 2.
Maybe tried to split that in.
Yeah, just a slight overcurl. So they did roll to guard their blue rock there on the top of the 4, so not all bad. Yeah, I think you'll see Fujisawa just stick to the same plan and peel this one out. Yep, no mistake there. Just make the blue one go away. So a little bit of a decision time here for Team Steele. They're going to have to try and get that red one moved here eventually. Looks like they're going to do it now with the run back. Smart call on the weight here. They're just throwing hack was the call from Dacey and not trying to throw a missile at this. And important to keep the rocks around. So going hard on this one early. Not a bad outcome there, Rick.
Not bad at all.
No, it's stakes are high.
Fujisawa's going to stick with the game plan and eliminate the easy blue rocks.
I imagine you'll see them take a run at this double over here off this this one on the right into the one that's top 4. Another pretty good shot here, Rick, would be just to nose that outside one and roll in a hair and sit first, third, and fourth shot. It'd be a lot of work for Team Steele to make that top blue ever come into account. Yeah, good call here. If they can, it's important to try and stick around on this one though. I'd be trying to roll in a hair and count first, third, and fourth after this one's done. But not taking any risks, throwing it hard just to make sure. So I think they rolled just a hair wide there and did leave that one at the top of the house there on the right hand side here at 4th shot. So you're going to see Team Steele come down, trying to hit this and spread their rocks out. They don't want to leave these grouped and leave a double back.
And hope they get a chance to make a double
make
a double to get at the red rock out the left.
Exactly. Just a slight under curl there. Really good attempt. If they could have ever planted that blue one out there, it would have made for a very interesting result here. So Fujisawa still has to be a little bit careful here. If he knows this, they will have a double back to sit 2.
I would think that Steele wants to at least make 2 here to continue on the game.
Yeah, 2 is almost mandatory at this point. Running out of ends in a hurry. And on the flip side, if you're Fujisawa, you're happy with the 2 here. Anything more than 2 would be a little bit of a letdown. So 2 or less, and if you're Fujisawa, you're happy. We had some practice ice available during the week this week for all these teams, and Fujisawa is out here an awful lot, and it just shows their level of dedication to their craft. Yeah, so rolled a little more than I think they were hoping and created a bit of a pocket there. So I think you're going to see Team Steele and Daisy Brown here just freeze down to it and try and make it as hard to remove as possible.
We know it does go hard here to the wings.
Does it ever? We know that curls here. We know it's quick here too. It's been fast to the wings all game. Looking to stay shot here, but even if you're not and you kind of freeze into the pocket, it would be a great shot. And Team Fujisawa would have to be a little bit careful with what they decide to do with their last rock. So line's looking pretty good coming in here. It's got a little bit of curling to do.
Maybe just a hair heavy.
Yeah. Just a hair heavy. Didn't quite get that big curl we had been seeing with just that, couple feet too much weight.
So even just on the nose here is a force.
Yeah, if you're Fujisawa here again, you're throwing it hard and just making sure that this blue rock goes away. Mission accomplished. There's no this rock goes. There's no chance for more than 2, and you're very happy with the outcome of this end. Well curled end by Team Steele here as well. Just couldn't quite get the rocks in the perfect spot, and left the blast opportunities. So curling this one.
Yeah, put it back a bit.
Yeah, put it back, but
I think mission accomplished.
Yep, you bet. We might have to pull out the whiteboard again here, Rick, but I'm not seeing anything for 2.
I don't see 2 there. I guess you could.
At least Daisy Brown here is going to give something for the crowd to see and throw it hard, and maybe we're missing something.
Run back triple coming up.
Yeah.
But you got to roll that shooter for second shot.
Daisy can throw it hard enough. I know that for a fact. This will be right around 7 seconds. No run back, just the triple there, Rick, and a score of 1, I believe, for Team Steele. And that's going to be handshakes.
Andrew, it's been a pleasure doing this with you.
Yeah. It's been an absolute pleasure, Rick. And if everybody wants to tune over to our stream on Sheet 3, you can catch that game. And Hansen is up 6-2 right now as they play the 6th end. And Strauss from the U.S. has hammer. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in.
But it was funny as soon as we. I don't actually know what